Well, hey there, everyone. I'm Fox 10 News meteorologist Jennifer Lambers with an update on your forecast and in today's next weather. Well, we've been talking about some of the rain, some of the snow that portions of the Mid-South have been able to see. Us here locally, we mainly just saw some of that rain. Now, what is going to be the reason for those differences? And what about what it looked like to our friends further towards the north? Well, meteorologist Nicholas Herboso takes a deep dive into what exactly the setup was for that area of low pressure, that winter storm to move through, and also details some of the photos that we received here at Fox 10. Check it out.
A potent winter storm has swept across the eastern half of the nation, bringing rainfall, windy conditions to our local area, and wintry precipitation to areas that were north of the Fox 10 viewing area. This low pressure system set itself up as a classic Gulf low. In fact, the low pressure system moved right over our area, bringing us the rain and wind. I wanted to take a moment to dissect this very typical setup for a Gulf low and the different air masses that are associated with it. I have them labeled here. Of course, you have the winter storm that is off to the north. We have colder air off to the north of the warm front, north of the boundary between the warm air and the cold air, and you see where the wintry precipitation was located, as it was causing quite a lot of snow for northern Mississippi, Alabama, and in Georgia as well. Then we look on the southern half of the storm, where we have our low pressure system, and then south of the warm front, mild conditions. Some of our coastal areas saw warm temperatures today. Then we look behind it all, where cold air comes in behind the cold front, and that completes our air masses in this dynamic weather system. In fact, we can see some of the evidence of this. I mentioned that warm front coming right near the coast. Look at the temperature observations for today. Pascagoula got to 54, but 64 in Gulf Shores. Didn't get us all the way to Pensacola, but 53 in Destin. That boundary as the low tracks right across our area, so close to the coast. And this low pressure system with a tight pressure gradient has caused wind. Look at the wind observations from today. We see wind gusts around 30, pushing 40 miles per hour. We had a wind advisory in effect today for our coastal areas. More evidence that a dynamic weather system was passing through our area. But of course, a lot of the attention was up north, where we had inches of snow that fell. This is Julie Ben, sent this in from Birmingham. We're going to take a second and look at some of the photos that have been sent in, along with some videos as well. A decent amount of snow for folks in Birmingham, folks north of that. This is Temple, Georgia. This is in between the state line and Atlanta. So if you're driving on Interstate 20, about halfway in between Atlanta and the state line. Frederick Chambers sent this one in, a thick layer of snow there. Here's another photo. Robert Drawbaugh sent this in. David Drawbaugh sent this in, both of them. This is in Scottsboro, Alabama. More snow, of course, and a decent coating. They said it looked about 2 to 4 inches there. Here's another winter wonderland scene. This one also in Birmingham. Charles Richards sent this in. Notice the road temperatures got below freezing, so the snow stuck on the roads as well. Actually caused some travel interruptions for a good chunk of northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, and of course in Atlanta, where things were really interesting and are still interesting as we still have the cold air in place. Then of course the pets, they love the snow. This is Achilles, a photo from Atlanta, Georgia, sent in to us. You can see how icy it looks down there, but the dogs, if they have the coats, they can enjoy the snow, or maybe they don't even need them. This dog running in the snow here. John sent this in from Gardendale, Alabama. Awesome to see some great pictures of the people and the pets enjoying the snow. It was a decent amount of snow. Now this low pressure system, to tell you where it's going, we look at the national forecast map put out by the Weather Prediction Center. This low will be off the East Coast by Saturday morning. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso.
And thank you, Nicholas, for really just detailing out some of what caused this differences in the winter weather for portions across the Mid-South and also the Southeast. As he mentioned here locally, we saw some of those warmer temperatures, that warm front lifting in, and so that was what led to more of the rainy precipitation here. Meanwhile, our friends in northern Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia all saw some of that snow. But just a reminder, we're always taking more of your photos and videos. If you have any friends or family that were located located in portions of the U.S. that saw some of that snow from this morning. As always, you can send it our way. You can submit those at fox10tv.com or by downloading the Fox 10 weather app. We'll continue to keep you updated on your forecast conditions coming up on Fox 10 Live. But another edition of Next Weather will be back next Monday at 2:30. We'll see you all then.